Hey everybody, Coach Dan here. It is high hype time here at Heartbreak. It is Boston Marathon week, and I'm here to talk about three things. Number one, our theme for the Boston Marathon. Number two, our events. And number three, training. The most important thing, getting that athlete mind ready to rock. I'm here recording this live over mile 20, where I will see you guys running through the hardest part of the most famous marathon in America, the Boston Marathon, and I am so excited to see you there. But before that, let's talk about a few important things. Number one, our theme. Our theme for this year's Boston is Do It Here. For me, that implies just a great urgency and self-belief. The time is now, do it here. It's also, this is Boston. It's an old city and it has such a rich history of bold ideas. It's the home of America's first public school, America's first university. I'm drafting Cambridge for that, I know. Its first subway, its first large free municipal public library, and also its first marathon. In spite of all these bold firsts, we all know that they weren't for everyone. And that's a history we can reckon with by recognizing it, number one, being inspired by the good, and expecting better for our collective future. This year's marathon and our activations around it really reflect that. It's a vision for what this race can look and feel like in the community. So what are we doing? We're hosting a party at Concepts Friday night with Neems. Neems is Boston Music Awards winner for Video of the Year in 2023, a rising star on the Boston music scene. Her hit Big Steppa you've seen all over our social media. Give it a listen. It's going to inspire Big Steppa energy for your marathon. Look out for our mobile mob working with Concepts. There's going to be a street crew that you're going to want to chat with. All through the weekend. We have a block party in the South End supported by our neighbors. So you'll have food, drinks, snacks. You'll have runner services. You'll have nail techs, free nails for gals and guys. If you want a little extra, a little extra flair as we like to celebrate, we have that for you on lock at our block party. We'll have performances. Come check us out 1 to 5 in the South End for the block party. Shakeout run is going to be absolutely epic. We have 2023 U.S. Olympic trials champion Connor Mance on hand. We have Joan Benoit Samuelson. Does she need an introduction? The first ever Olympic gold medalist in the women's marathon, two-time Boston winner. She sets the standard for sport, and we are so lucky to host Joni again. We'll have Coach Dre from Live Fit Army. Coach Dre is a Heartbreak family member and is inspiring his crew of athletes to take on the marathon and do it with strength, drive, and just a big, bold energy. We're so excited to welcome Dre as well. All right, that's our shakeout run. We have our cheer zone. Oh, one thing about the shakeout run. The shakeout run has all of those hype friends and elements, but there are a few very special Nike elements that I cannot talk about yet, but I can say if you don't come to the shakeout run, you're going to be seriously bummed. It's going to be the best one we've ever done by a lot. So check that. I know that we're going to live up to that. We're having our cheer zone. Of course, the cheer zone is always hyped. This year, we're partnering up with Dunkin' Donuts to give you a little extra, cheering power, give you that caffeine hype, little sugar high, keep the belly full, and keep the cheers rocking, bring the family by. Also have lots of extras from our friends at Nike Running, of course. And then after party at Carry Nation. I want to see the bling. I want to see your friends. I want to see the friends who didn't run the marathon. Everybody come on out. We've got tons of space. Carry Nation, apps on us. We'll be running a bit of a tab. Come on out and no cover. Just come hang out, Carry Nation, after it's all done. Okay, those are some of our events. Let's talk about the important part. Let's talk to the runners, for the runners. What I really do a lot of is coaching and talking to athletes. That's what lights me up. We've got a few things to talk about. Number one, we always have to talk about the weather. We've been talking about the weather since we could see the weather, and it's doing that thing that we don't like it to do, which is it's spiking a little bit every day. It seems to be getting a little bit warmer on Monday, every day that we get closer to Monday. What are we going to do about that? Well, the high temperature is later in the day. Let's look on the bright side there. And it'll be cooler earlier. You're going to drink, you're going to hydrate, You're going to take an electrolyte tab if you need to, maybe 10 miles in. Make sure that you're hydrated the day before. Don't overhydrate. We do not want any overhydration. We want you to just stay hydrated and be calm. Everybody has the same weather. You've run before, you've had lots of water and Gatorade, and you've run and you've run and you've run. It's not new. It might feel warm. Stay calm. Take water as you need it on the course. There is tons. And that's that. We have a warm-ish day coming. We'll see as we get closer. No matter what, I always have the same 5 tips for the Boston Marathon, for any marathon, really. And they are: be calm, be confident, run smart, run tough, have fun. All right. I just talked about all our hype stuff, but my number one thing is be calm. It's really important to center yourself, take some quiet moments, and just reflect on your own strength. Reflect on all that you did to get here. I think that is the giving yourself just some time alone to just take a few deep breaths and think about what you expect of yourself is an important thing to do amidst the hype. So just give yourself a little bit of time. It'll help you stay calm in your heart so that when you're asking everything of it, it'll be there for you. Be confident. So you have done so much work to get to this place. Being confident for me, is all about reflecting on the journey that got you here. We just had obviously last weekend was our last long run, right? We got the Boston Marathon coming up, but the vibe at that run was just so special because people were really feeling the difference between the first time they showed up to run the Firehouse with us and the last time they showed up. Or maybe they started showing up in January, but there is just, you could feel in the air the recognition of how far the athletes have come. That's what you did to get here. There's so much more work done to prepare for the marathon, and it's all there now. The marathon is a summary of everything you did to get here, and it is a lot. It's a summary of everything you've done in life is required to get you through this race. So lean in particular on that work. That will inspire confidence in your ability to execute your race. Execution's the theme of the next point. Run smart. You got to run your race. You've got to run only your race. You've got to make sure that in the energy of 40,000 people at the starting line, of that narrow shoot downhill of a starting line, that you're running your own race. Often what I say is quick, light steps, stay tall, keep those feet spinning lightly, easily, quickly underneath your body. Also, I say start slow. Don't let the energy go too fast. All of that contained means to me you're probably going to be right about on pace at the start. To be able to contain the energy, to run downhill, and if you're on pace, that's containing the energy, because it's very hard to contain all that and be downhill and running on pace. So just get into it and stay on your game. Make sure you use your water stops. You know, you guys have all read my material. I like to take in my goos and gels. I have one about 20, 30 minutes before the race, and then I go miles 5, 10, 14, 18, and 22. Yes, you need that 22. You still got 4 miles to go. You want to keep those energy stores up. Don't let it trail off. Stay on your game. Remember, this year, you're probably going to need an electrolyte tab there in the middle, maybe 10 miles in. That's the smart part. Also know, the longer the race, you'll hear your milers talk about this, that the longer the race, the more room for error there is, that you can have something go wrong, recover, and go. Part of that is being smart and being flexible with yourself, that if you miss a goo or a gel, that you can get another one on the course, regroup, and stay on plan. So really, you want to be smart and flexible. Okay, run tough. This is probably the most important part of running the marathon. It's daunting. It's a big, bold thing to take on, running 26.2 miles on your own 2 feet. And you've done so much to get here. You're going to need to connect with your why to barrel through those hardest parts. Remember, that is what all of the training is about. We do this massive block of work to get you ready for this one day. all of it will be summoned. And we do all of that to get you through those hard parts. We don't do it so that you can get through mile 9. We know you can do that. We get it. We do all that work so that you can run at mile 20. You can give us a wave and look strong, feel strong, and say, I know I got this. I know this hurts. I don't want to go up that hill, but I'm going up that hill. It's going to hurt on the other side of Heartbreak, and it will. And I am going to come back strong by the time I get to Cleveland Circle. You are strong enough for that because you trained for that. So run tough. You have built yourself tough to get this far, and it will be summoned on race day, but it's there. That is why we trained. That is what training is to build that toughness. So remind yourself that it's there. Finally, you got to have fun. This is the Boston Marathon. Look around, soak it in. You've got friends everywhere. You've got new friends, old friends. You've got the spirit of the city and this incredible race all present. And you don't want to miss it just being on your headphones. You want to look around, feel the people around you. This community is epic. This race is an unbelievable release of emotion and physicality. It's everything for you racers on race day. So let it out, feel it, enjoy it. And as our theme says, do it here. This is Boston 2024, everybody. Let's go.